Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So, starting off with Euro USD as usual, and we had some data come through which impacted the dollar, which basically weakened the dollar. So that was the CPI data. My question at the moment is, we've got the Feds coming out tonight, but this here, I know yesterday we saw it as a potential inverse head and shoulders. The neckline being basically right there. Where price is right now. But if you just look at it now after what's happened yesterday, it's starting to look like a wedge. So we are above moving average, well, in between all the moving averages, so that is a range. It's consolidation, so it's consolidation wedge in my view at the moment. And it all depends on what the Feds say tonight. So if the Feds are hawkish, you are going to see this thing drop. Okay, so you can see there was the data that came out and we didn't really get going. We do have a bit of structure here that we are testing. And that is, what is this? This is 107859. So that is kind of a line in the sand, but I would argue that the lows of Tuesday and Monday are the ones we need to pay attention to, because that would break this triangle. And that would get us going on our merry journey to the downside again. So it's all about dollar strength at the moment, and there's confusion, as you can see. What is happening? Are the Feds going to start have a plan to start reducing interest rates, which is going to impact the dollar, or are they going to continue increasing interest rates, which is also going to impact the dollar? So for me, this is a sit on hands. Let's wait for the Feds until we make any call here. US dollar Japanese yen, pretty much the same. This is a clear range, as you can see. There's no two ways about that. Yesterday, you can see we had a fairly strong move to the upside with the data that was released. So date first down, then up, typical of what goes on. So the difference here is that this is looking like there's your first level. And let's just get a next level in, and then I want a third level, which is going to be roughly there. So just looking at price action here, I'm looking for an opportunity to buy, and it's either going to be off where we are now at let's just call it 140, and then 139.850 and 139.724. So that's kind of what's looking like here. But again, we've got the Feds coming out, so I'd be a little bit reluctant jumping into this. But if I just look left on the hour here, there's a lot of structure here. So it's going to take quite a lot to break through that. So that's kind of the three levels that I'd be paying attention to today. It does look like we're going to have a strong dollar, and that basically means that the Feds are probably going to say they are increasing interest rates one more time. And that puts a different spin on the indexes as well. But anyway, let's just wait for the data before we start assuming. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen. Started the week down, and then we turned and moved the upside. You drop down to the hour, you can see fairly solid move sideways and then up. Important here is the first 8 1-hour bars. You can draw it in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that red bar there is 8 hours. So there, I don't have my ranges drawn in, but you can see there is my ranges. We pull back to the 23.6 Fibonacci and then extend it up. Now, if you just take that as my range, look what happens here. Straight into the zone, and then we stop. So London breakout strategy for the pound is always something that plays out more often than not. Occasionally it doesn't play out, but you've probably got a 60% win rate, and 60% is profitable. So keep that in back of mind. I think today you're probably going to have a similar kind of thing, but if you do have a deeper pullback, I'd want to see it come down to 175.754. Other than that, just get your first 8 1-hour bars in, and that will give you the indication where the range is, and then as soon as you break on the 15-minute, you're looking for an entry to whichever direction it's going. We do have a bit of a gap down, just bear that in mind. So there is a possibility that we're going to have a pullback into this zone here, which would make sense. We can see how we battled with this here, and then data came out which pushed us up. So this would be a decent retest, 175,450 or 175,754. Only problem with that is it will dip below the moving averages, but it does that quite often. Lastly, Euro British Pound, and obviously the converse happened here. We came up. We spoke about this yesterday. This 086128. See if we get a rejection there. It is with the trend, and that's exactly what happened. You can see what happened yesterday. We did get above the moving averages, but everything hinged on that. So that would have set up an inverse head and shoulders if we'd got through there, but we didn't. So big rejection bar on that, and that's the importance of waiting for the candle to finish. And if you look at this on the 15-minute, look what happened here. So again, come back to the hour, get your first 8 1-hour bars in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There is the bottom of your range, there's the top of your range. Take that and you'll see what happened. Pin bar directly on your take profit target. Okay, there are a lot of people that play this. That's why this always works out. So that's why I say London breakout strategy. When you are not convinced that you're going to continue a trend, it's always an indication of what you're going to do. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view for today on Forex. Hope it helps. Dollar, we will sit quietly and wait, and the pound, you would have London breakout setups again. Just pay attention to the levels that we're at the moment, because it could form a bigger range. So in other words, break the upside and then test the top again. But I suspect this is going to continue to the downside. So that is boding well for the pound. So strong pound, and then the dollar's also looking to be strong. Anyway, that's it for me. Catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.